And that's when I realised the worst time to shit yourself is horse riding. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Pew, pew, pew. Welcome back, you delicious darlings, to another simply saucy episode of Radio Rufus. That's right, baby. We're back with the first episode filmed in the year of our Lord, 2025. It's going to be a big year for all our predictions. What, Deji becomes a woman.
He does.
Lily Phillips gets eaten by a shark.
Which I actually think she'll plunge herself into a shark pool after recent news.
Well, we'll get into that in the headlines. But first, I want to just do a quick update here. You predicted before the end, by you, I of course mean our wondrous and macho producer, Aidan. Say hello, Aidan, to the people.
Hello.
You predicted that there were going to be 6 mass shootings by the time this episode comes out.
I did.
Which will be January the 15th, 2 weeks into the year. So how are we done? There have been 14 shootings.
I did say at least.
You did say at least 6. So you are correct. That's 1 point for you on our 2025 predictions points list. You know what the winner gets?
What? Sure.
Vietnamese landmine.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
A big fan of that move.
If you remember from the Mia Mon episode, I also almost called it Viet Mon there.
Vietnam.
As you can tell from my voice, I've been away. I've been in the snow.
You have.
I've been chasing the rare and exotic endangered creature known as the snow bunny.
You any joy with that chase?
Well, as you can tell from my voice, I have managed to contract some kind of unidentified viral African disease. But no, we had a good time.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
You, obviously, you did some upmarket activities. You went skiing or something?
Not quite.
What did you get up to?
What did I get up to? Over Christmas?
Yeah.
Ate like 8 selection boxes before 1 p.m. on Christmas Day.
Okay.
And then destroyed about 3 portions of Christmas dinner as well as Christmas dinner toasties that night.
Hang on. Christmas dinner toasty?
It's basically a Christmas dinner sandwich, but in toasty form. And it's fucking the best part of Christmas.
Well, that is sheer gluttony.
That's what Christmas is for.
Did you feel a bit bad watching the charity appeal stuff on TV?
No, I actually sort of eat it while I was watching that.
Oh, okay.
Makes it go down nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a visual aid.
Feel dirty when you do it. Makes it better. Yeah.
I also, as we discussed in previous episodes, made sure to watch the full King speech just to heckle it and hurl abuse at it.
Yeah.
And what else did I get up to?
Well, that's better than what happened in my family, because I decided to streak during it and that didn't go that well. So, let's get into it then with our traditional first segment, not news. This is what hit the headlines this week. And we start, as we always do, with the never-ending tale of the history-making, record-breaking, uber slag, Bonnie Blue. She claims to have shagged 1,057 blokes in one day inside convicted fraud criminal Eddie Davenport's London bang pad. First thing, I think, you got to feel for Lily Phillips here.
Absolutely.
Blood, jizz, tears.
So much jizz.
So much jizz. So many tears. We all saw her crying in that documentary.
Yeah. Oh, do you reckon she's seen more jizz or tears in the past month?
Well, it would have been definitely jizz, but over the past 24 hours, tears has caught up a long way, I reckon. So, as we all know, Lily Phillips shagged 100 blokes in one day.
She did.
Famous Josh Peters documentary about it. Sort of the Louis Theroux of semen, Josh Peters, these days. And she's working her way up. She was going to be working her way up 100 by 100 up to 1,000. And now Bonnie Blue, her arch rival in that world, has smashed it out of the water with claims of 1,057. You know what this reminds me of? The space race. You know, like the US and Russia.
Oh, right, yeah.
The world
who can get there first.
The world's two great powers pouring all of their financial resources into a goal that's ultimately probably completely unfilling, but nonetheless is of magnanimous significance. In that world.
It is kind of strange because there were once allies, and just a few months ago maybe, they done like an Avengers level team up.
Yeah.
And now Bonnie Blue, knowing that Lily has this target in her sights, has completely stabbed her in the back.
It is just like the Soviet Union.
Basically.
Allies in World War II, then they turn around and they go, well, we're going to get to the moon before you actually. It's not going to be a team effort.
Do you reckon Lily abandons her training camp and just gives up, or do you think she sticks at it and gets 1,058 next month?
Well, let's think about this, right? 100 to 1,000. The next logical step, in my mind, is 10,000, which is going to be difficult. I think she's got to step up training immediately.
Yeah. More cocks per minute.
If anything, this isn't disheartening if you're Lily Phillips. This is inspirational. This is showing you what's possible.
This could be the turning point.
This is like those David Goggins speeches.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
who's going to carry the cocks?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Also, little point here. It's only a claim, right? If there's no footage...
Didn't happen.
Did it really happen?
Yeah, that's a good point.
She posted a video afterwards saying, oh, this is what my face looks like after shagging 1,000 guys, right? Here I am, pouting on whatever. Have to say, she looks exactly the same.
Yeah, completely
like
the same.
Sort of weird plastic cum alien. She does look weird.
At least with Lily Phillips the last time, there was footage of it, and also she had like a burst lip or something. She had the war wounds to show that she'd been to battle. What the fuck does Bonnie Blue have? Just sitting there looking like a glazed donut.
It's like if you beat someone up, but you don't get a scratch.
Yeah.
And suddenly it just looks like you're lying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have the black eye to prove.
There's one video that I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but we can't play this on the pod.
No.
But
mate,
this is her video to try and prove it. It's obviously muted and nobody can see it, but she lay on the floor and done what appears to be snow angel. Well, she's jizz angels.
She's done a cum angel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cum angels on the floor with thousands of scattered condoms and condom wrappers behind her. So this is her attempt at proving it.
I don't know. It sort of resembles modern art to me.
I pay more for that than that fucking prick pad for the banana taped to the wall.
Yeah, yeah. That's. Hang on. Scroll up.
Oh, she's doing like.
I love this one. 600 times 6 inches is over 1/4 mile of cock.
I would say she easily, by the end of this, got through 1/2 mile of cock. The average cock size in the UK is what, like 5 inches?
Is it?
I think so.
That's okay. Well, I'm halfway there. So she did 1/2 mile of cock. I know people that can't run 1/2 mile of road.
I fucking can't.
That's impressive.
She's out here doing 5Ks on knob.
Okay, you got to put that away now.
There was a press conference that she done, but yeah, it's all we're seeing is videos of her getting fucking railed.
I'm more interested in the Eddie Davenport guy. As soon as I heard about this fraudster, I was like, wow, he's got to come up to some good shit, right?
Yeah.
He was jailed in 1990 for tax fraud. He then ran a series of pyramid schemes in the 2000s, defrauding people of £34.5 million, including Princess Diana's wedding dress designer's life savings, apparently. He was then sentenced to 7 years in prison, but only served 3 because apparently he was ill and needed a kidney transplant.
Doesn't really add up, does it?
I don't know how you can prove. Also, like, you still did it, so, like, surely the punishment is you don't get a kidney transplant.
Yeah. You would think that, but now they're just giving him, completely cutting his
They gave
sentence.
him 4 years off jail because he needed a new kidney.
Yeah.
You don't even need both of them.
Do you reckon if there's ever anything that there's a real heinous crime you want to commit, but you kind of hold off, and then one day you realise that, fuck, you're in need of a kidney soon? So you commit that act, go to jail for a few months, and then be like,
sorry, mate, I got a toothache.
I think these wisdom teeth are coming through.
Yeah, that's really good, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the premise of Breaking Bad, isn't it? Well, he's going to die, I think.
Yeah.
Or something.
He doesn't do jail time in it, does he?
What cancer does he have? I can't even remember.
It's
not ball cancer.
I don't think so.
Otherwise, they'd show you the whole orange.
They probably would, yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't want to think of him as having that.
No.
It sort of ruins the illusion a bit.
This is the guy in question, Eddie Davenport here. Looks like a pretty righteous chap there. not a million miles away from some of my Instagram pictures, actually.
Yeah, it kind of looks pretty similar.
For the listener, this is a bloke in a suit with two women with sort of massive plastic tits in sort of skimpy leotards kind of business. My favourite thing is the caption from the Daily Mail here. Mm-hmm. Davenport gained notoriety for his exclusive sex parties. There is no suggestion the women pictured were involved in those parties. No suggestion, yeah?
Imagine you had to put that in every Instagram post.
No suggestion. You're going to like this. I think this is his I Have a Dream.
Mm.
In 2001, Sierra Leone, the African country, entered a civil war. So Eddie Davenport tricked them into selling him their embassy for £50,000 when it was actually worth $5 million.
Fucking hell.
No
harm, but like if a single man can trick an entire country into selling their country for that price, they had it coming.
Yeah. He then hosted orgies in it. Mate, you are dancing on the grave of those people out in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And then it was used for Kate Moss bikini shoots and in the Rehab music video.
Right.
Okay.
It kind of sounds like my dream to eventually buy Buckingham Palace and turn it into Wetherspoons.
Right. Okay.
Which is in the works, but
you got to get rid of all the toilets except the one right at the very back.
I've never been to it.
No, I'm not. Yeah, of course you haven't been to Buckingham Palace.
I've been outside it, but what are you saying about the toilets?
In Spoons, the toilets are always miles away.
I'm sure we can put more toilets in fucking Buckingham Palace, though.
No, but take them out and replace them with, sticky benches and stuff. That's what Spoons is. Also, you wouldn't have to change that carpet.
True, yeah.
It's already prime location.
They've got plenty of security out front. I'd keep them employed to be like the bouncers.
Right, yeah.
The King's Guard will be checking IDs.
Oh, imagine some chav getting told to fuck off by a bloke on a horse. So apparently the shagging was around 15 hours.
Right.
Which is...
For Bonnie Blue or for this?
For Bonnie Blue.
Right, okay.
Which is 900 minutes. That means on average, a bloke had 51 seconds each.
They must have had a couple of goes in, did they?
Yeah, plenty of time. I was going to say, yeah. Three times, probably.
Maybe 3.5 with a fag break in between.
Yeah.
Cup of tea, maybe. Have you ever had a bargain that big? The Davenports.
Sorry?
Have you ever had a bargain that big? Like getting a £5 million mansion?
Oh, that's a good question, isn't it?
50
What's
grand?
the biggest steal you ever had? I'll tell you what, one time I used a vending machine and it gave me my money back as well as the item.
Oh, I'll do you one better. And this has happened to a lot of people and it's the best feeling of all time. Whenever you go to a vending machine and there's something that's kind of sat out, you strategically get the thing above it and you get a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
Which is fucking amazing.
The perfect lineup. Yeah. The collateral.
And especially if it is just below something you actually wanted. So it's not as if you're having to get like a fucking picnic bar just to get a nice bag of crisps.
I knew you'd hate a picnic bar because it has the vaguest notion of fruit in it.
Yeah, fuck that. Fruits aren't for chocolate.
Right, okay.
There's one time whenever, I think I was 10, I went to Tesco and I had all my like...
You think a picnic bar's a fruit salad, don't you?
It basically is, yeah. But I went to Tesco and I had my birthday money and I was really obsessed with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at this time. So I went to try and buy the box sets, season 1 to 4. First one scanned through at £8. Then the next one scanned through at 1p. So I was like, fuck, this machine's fucked. I was scanning everything through for 1p.
Right.
Instead of going and grabbing like a TV, I was like, what could I grab? Went and grabbed another 2 box sets.
No, you
and just left.
But the same thing.
No, like the next seasons of the same show. Yeah. So it's seasons 1 to 4 of Fresh Prince for like £8 3p. Instead of going and grabbing a PlayStation.
What a wasted opportunity. Oh my god. Perfect. From one OnlyFans legend to another.
Mm-hmm.
And food eating cretin and TikTok hero Beavo has had another questionable career move.
He has.
He's launched an OnlyFans after losing all of his relevance. I have to say, it's the first time I've seen him swallow after eating anything. I haven't seen this clip yet, but we're going to react to it for the first time right now.
I never thought I'd be going incognito on a work computer, but it's happening.
I think you should let the FBI in on this one.
Yeah, I don't mind the FBI. It's more the senior management team.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's very aptly named Beavo teaches Bonnie Blue the rules.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I'll end up pull it up in the screen.
Come on. Oh, no.
Could you imagine what it'd be like if your dick went inside my pussy?
Oh, it's got a decent chopper.
Did you hear that?
What do you say?
Bonnie goes, I'm going to be a good girl and take your orders because I know the rules.
Oh, no, you can't say that. I'm glad you said that because you interrupted me saying he's got a decent chopper on him.
Are you fucking cock-watching Brandon Beavis? Is that what's happening here?
Well, yeah, I guess I was.
I suppose we all are.
No, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, hopefully you know the rules now.
Oh, God.
After he fucking spoffs at her mouth, he goes, hopefully you know the rules now.
Oh, my God. Big up the Indians.
Is that the first time someone's reacted to porn on a podcast?
Nah, surely not.
Actually, there's plenty of podcasts that just is porn, actually.
Yeah.
Like
where
that
they just do the
22 one.
They do the podcast and then they sort of do a bit of rumpy pumpy after.
Yeah, we do that too. We just don't record it.
Yeah, that's true. I honestly, I was transfixed. I couldn't take my eyes off his knob. I didn't realize it was going to be that angle.
Yeah, he had probably more girth than you'd expect.
Definitely, he can be happy with that.
Yeah, he has nothing to worry about now.
I can see why he's such a confident chap.
Yeah, it still is. It's a bad day to be blessed with eyesight.
Yeah, that's
fucking
true.
Figuring this out that it's on the internet.
Yeah, I think it would be worse to watch that if you were Stevie Wonder and you were just hearing it.
Yeah, it's the least auditory pleasure I've ever had in my life. I kind of miss whenever he just didn't swallow his food properly. I miss those days.
Yeah. Well, I guess Bonnie Blue's showing him some technique there. She was... Did you think she's actually enjoying that?
No, not a chance.
Well, then you got to give her an Oscar or something. Give her a Tony or something.
That's the thing as well.
Or a British TV award, a BAFTA or something.
Do you feel like Beavo's been slightly groomed? Because obviously a mentally challenged TikToker loses a bit of relevance and all of a sudden he's been offered all these OnlyFans opportunities and people will... Like I saw some fucking... Whenever I was searching this, I also looked up Luke Bennett, who's now doing like gay porn. Did you know that?
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
There was these like... all these same like OnlyFans women were messaging Luke being like, oh, let me know if you want to shoot some content. Just taking advantage of mentally challenged TikTokers to try and promote themselves.
Are we raising genuine ethical concerns here?
I think so, yeah.
We need to report this to the... I don't care. I just remembered I actually don't give a shit. Yeah. Because my career for a time was overshadowed by food eating cretins like Beavo and Ben AFC, who hopefully hasn't gone to porn.
I think it's in the works.
Okay, good. Well, we can wait on that one. You know who's the latest food eating cretin who I really hope this doesn't happen?
Who's this?
Like Big Justice and the Rizzler.
I'm not familiar with those boys.
You've heard of them.
I've heard of them and I know they were in like Jimmy Fallon or something. Or Jimmy Kimmel, was it?
They're kids, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, right, okay.
It's two kids and a dad.
And do they actually do food eating content or they're just fat?
Well, no, they are fat. But I think they were fat before the content, but the content's helping that.
Yeah.
They eat like chocolate chip cookies or something. I don't fucking know, I'm not 14.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to our last story then, and the definition of what constitutes emotional support was stretched further than the Goatsy picture last week when an entitled dog owner bought a gigantic Great Dane on board a small jet for a recent flight. And I have to say, this dog is so much bigger than you think. This dog is so big, it's ridiculous. Look at it!
Yeah, I think this is a video.
Look how big it is!
That's a fucking horse.
It's a horse! You could win the Grand National on that thing.
Hear the stewardess going like, ow, whenever it lightly steps on her foot.
You can't have that. It's bigger than the bloke. And he's fat.
You can't have that dog anywhere without a jockey on his back.
Look at it, it's huge.
That's ridiculous. That's taking the piss. I like dogs, but that's too far.
It had to have its own seat. And I'm not sure one seat is enough. It's like those fat people you see on flights trying to cram it in asking for an extra length seatbelt.
They're just spilling over onto your seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing worse than that.
Yeah,
they need to pay for two seats.
Well, I think that airlines should weigh the luggage and the person together.
And what, put put fat people underneath with the suitcases.
Yeah, you got to check them in. You got to send off.
Just rolling them up to
you
the
got to
thing.
send off your obese grad on the conveyor belt. pick him up on the way back.
Yeah.
No, like it should cost, if you're over the limit, you and your bag combined, you should pay for that.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're really charging.
Yeah,
right?
true. So
if you're really skinny, you can get away with having a check-in and not paying for it.
do you reckon like people would be trying to get their like obese relatives to do a few jumping jacks before because they get charged more?
Hey, like go through security, you see those people downing the water and everyone else is sweating it off. Yeah. I think, can you put a dog in the hold?
You can put dogs in some holds.
Yeah, right? You can
think-
whack that thing in a cage and put it in the...
You'd need a fucking lion cage for that thing though.
Yeah, actually, it's like swimming with the sharks. You need to be in one of those cages. This thing is enormous. I think if it needs its own seat, you've got to put it in the hold.
Yeah.
I think that's the rule.
If it can't fit in a handbag, put it in the hold.
You know how Chinese people are always trying to smuggle animals through places? We've covered it so many times on this show. You see it
Snakes
on
and
border
stuff.
country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on a flight in China once, and a lady was attempting to sort of hide that she had a pigeon in her handbag.
A pigeon?
Yeah, I think it was a pigeon. Could have been an alternative rodent bird.
Yeah. So she just fucking kidnapped a pigeon and taken it for a spin on an airplane.
It didn't seem like a pet to me. It seemed like a sort of hostage.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think you have a pigeon as a pet.
Can you imagine how confused that pigeon would be just going out from fucking, maybe they're in Amsterdam.
Mate, she was slipping at the peanuts from the trolley. She's slipping it into the sides of the handbag.
The free peanuts?
Well, in China you have to pay for them.
Right, okay. I also done a bit of smuggling over Christmas. I brought home one of those massive bags of potato, cheese and onion.
Yeah, I've never had the privilege of enjoying those.
You will one day.
Okay.
And you know what else I had a lot of? Crisp sandwiches, which I know you've probably never even touched.
Yeah, because that's council house scran, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you tried a Greg's yet?
No.
Deplorable behaviour.
I can die happy not having a Greg's.
In fairness, I have pushed the boat out a bit. I've tried sushi, didn't like it. I tried Wagamama's, which is pretty fucking cultural to me.
Yeah.
I like that, but I'm still, the sushi train's gonna
Fuck
have
me,
to.
mate. You're like the Dalai Lama at this point. You're loving everything. Also, you know what I hate on the plane? Because they did this announcement on the plane I took yesterday.
Yeah.
They go, we have a customer on board with a severe nut allergy. So we're not serving any peanuts on this flight. And like, I didn't even want any peanuts.
Yeah.
But now, it makes me feel angry.
Yeah.
I was like, well, now I'm definitely wanting to eat some peanuts so I can smoke this fucker out.
There was this bitch at my primary school, and every single year from primary one, we were
That's
made
so
aware.
unreasonable. It's probably a 7-year-old girl. That's a bitch in my primary school.
Every year from P1, we were made aware that she had a nut allergy, that we couldn't bring them in our packed lunches, that we couldn't have them in school trips. That was fine. Everyone knew. But every time we went on a school trip, she still made it her mission to stand up in front of the bus and be like, I hope no one has any nuts. I had no interest in a bag of nuts, but I might scran a full bag of fucking salted ones and rub my hands all over you just to prove a point. Like,
I gives me the same vibe as a guy. He had celiac disease, so he was gluten free, and he started a YouTube channel called Celiac Zach, where he made gluten free content.
that sounds like the shittest superhero of all time.
Yeah.
Celiac Zach.
Yeah. And he made gluten free content, which was basically just him eating a load of halloumi, as far as I could make out.
I don't know, like, it might be kind of toxic masculinity to think this way,
Go on.
but I think that if eating a slice of bread can cripple you with stomach pain, you shouldn't be anywhere near the front lines, like.
Right. So are you advocating for eugenics?
Basically.
We need to breed those people out of society.
Yeah, more
Okay.
or less.
Yeah. I agree. Well, I don't even believe in allergies. I think it's just a mindset anyway. And hay fever. That's just... If you're losing a fight against some flowers,
Yeah.
I mean, just get over it.
I made that point, but like, a blade of grass can fucking have me at its mercy in the summer.
The quickest backtrack in Radio Rufus history there.
Yeah.
They also, over the Christmas break, they found a 4-foot boa constrictor at Tampa Airport in a carry-on luggage, so she didn't even attempt to check the snake. 4 foot.
Fuck me.
A constrictor.
Yeah, that was like, what, maybe like 2 hours work for Bonnie Blue. She would have got through 4 foot way quicker than that with 50 seconds ago.
Yeah, she got through a quarter of a mile in 6 hours. So the math's off there.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 foot boa constrictor. Let's just quickly do the math. 6 inches. That's 8 cocks. So that's about 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 fucking minutes. I was sort of applying the average time of your average person there, I think. Not the average Bonnie Blue visitor.
Right. Let's move on then to our sports segment after all of that important news.
Yep.
And it's Snatch of the Day. Tyson Fury. What's his name? The Gypsy?
The Gypsy King.
The Gypsy King has retired from boxing. I think he should have called him the Gyppopotamus, personally.
The Gyppopotamus.
But, that's an opportunity missed. And now he's retired. Someone else can use it. So if you're a amateur boxer out there who...
From a travelling background.
Has a bit
of weight on.
Has a bit of weight on. I think Gyppopotamus is an awesome name.
That is class, yeah.
Or like a darts player, maybe.
Mm.
And the Hungry Hippos could be your sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. There's probably very few people that applies to. But if you are one of them, feel free to steal my idea.
I would say a lot of our audience it applies to.
Right.
Also have a bone to pick with the audience. There's a very large percentage of the audience that thought I was bald, for one thing, because I always wore the hat, which I didn't mind because I was wearing a hat. And
yeah, they thought you were a bald fraud.
Yeah, but just in one of the recent TikToks, someone commented that they've only been listening to the podcast from day one. They've never actually watched it until they seen that clip.
Right.
And they thought I was ginger. And 250 people thumbed that up. I was like...
200 thought you sounded ginger.
Yeah. How the fuck does that... Maybe it's just because I'm Irish and it's a stereotype.
That's racial profiling.
It kind of is.
That's not okay.
But I replied being like, I fucking resent that.
Yeah.
And he was like, it is what it is.
You've been accused of being so much.
Yeah.
Turkish, bald,
Albanian,
ginger. My friend accused racist. Well,
Yeah, I suppose swings around.
Grain of truth to every joke. My friend, she said, I watched the podcast for the first time the other day, and Aiden's actually a lot better looking than I thought he was.
Yeah.
So that's good. So you sound
kind of
ugly.
backhanded.
You sound
I sound like a fucking munter.
Yeah.
But I look like slightly less of a munter is what she's saying.
I don't know. She was sort of into that, but she is into like hairy brick shit houses.
Yeah,
so.
She's got fucking daddy issues.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. He's taken though.
And I'm also not fucking ginger.
Yeah. Just want to clear it up.
Yeah.
Okay, boxing. I hate boxing. Can I just put that out there?
Right, okay. I prefer to fight with words.
Well, firstly, I would be shit at it. Because I don't have a dog in me.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
I never did. And I just think it's a brutal sport that showcases like the worst of human nature. It's just like it's the most sort of like route one low IQ, like caveman mentality.
Prehistoric type.
Yeah. I'm just gonna beat you up. And like everyone who you say that to, who's a boxer, it's like, yeah, but it's all about technique and discipline. You actually have to like skip to be good at boxing. So it's actually like, technique and discipline is in every sport.
Would fucking fencing or something be more up your street? Maybe a bit of jousting?
I would love to joust.
People in your lineage have definitely jousted before.
No, come on.
Yeah, they have.
I'm
100%.
from Wales or something. I've got a Welsh last name.
Still, doesn't matter.
We were leather traders or something.
Yeah.
That's not a good example actually, because where do you get the leather from the horse, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think jousting would be good. I would love to see it in the Olympics.
Would you rather train to be a professional fencer? And I mean that with the swords, not like putting up posts, or else boxing.
Oh, fencing.
Fencing?
For sure. Yeah, but I'm just going to get decked every fight.
In fencing?
No.
Boxing?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you'd be a good fencer?
I've got the accent.
Yeah, you do have that much.
I feel like, well, it's a bit, it's sort of like slightly effeminate, which I think suits my skill set a bit more.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree completely. I quite like boxing.
Yeah.
And as much as I know that it is just fucking people fighting.
But don't you think that, like, every fight, the pay-per-view model, firstly, is terrible.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fucking
That's
awful.
objectively terrible.
The worst thing is having fights with 2 UK fighters headlining it and hosting it in fucking Saudi Arabia.
And it's always in Saudi.
Saudi season, they call it. Fuck up and bring it back to here.
And don't you think, like, there's so often the fights are just underwhelming?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Like, there's so much build-up, and they're so much shorter than you think. The first time I watched a boxing match, I had no frame of reference whatsoever. And it lasted, like, 1 minute 20.
I would say 1 in 5 fights I watch are probably really good, which
Right.
isn't a great return.
No.
But whenever you get a good fight, like the best fight I've watched in years was a women's fight, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, maybe just before Christmas.
Yeah.
They had done nothing but punch lumps out of each other in the middle of the ring. There was no like hiding, hugging. It was just a war
Left
for
it all
the
on the
entire fight.
Right.
And that was like unbelievable. But whenever it's like a real tactical, like feeling each other out and just grinding out a punch decision, that
Also,
bores
there's
me.
a lot more hugging than I remember.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite homoerotic, actually, boxing. There's a lot of touchy-touchy.
Would you say boxing, MMA, or rugby is gayer?
Football.
Football?
They're always like sort of credit carding each other's asses and like squeezing the cheeks and giving each other little kisses when everybody scores.
There's more of that in rugby than football. As much as football can be.
No, rugby is definitely gayer, like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
But I imagine someone scores a try and they get a slap in the ass and a kiss in the cheek.
But they don't though.
They definitely do.
But
I've never seen it, but I
in
believe
football they do.
No, they don't.
It's like when someone wins in the darts and suddenly they're sort of nuzzling each other's necks for about 30 seconds.
Does this happen?
I think actually I think cricket is the only sport I've ever seen where I haven't seen 2 blokes kiss a little bit.
What fucking variants of these sports are you watching? Did they kiss?
Yeah, Gary Neville, Paul Scholes.
Matt's just informed us that Gary Neville and Paul Scholes once kissed, which I refuse to believe because it shatters my illusion.
Eric Bristow kissed Phil Taylor on the lips in the 90s, and that was before darts was even a big sport.
That's pretty progressive.
Yeah.
That was like, who do you call her? Princess of Wales. Princess Diana shaking all the aid victims' hands.
Yeah, it was just like that.
Yeah.
That's a great analogy. It was like she walking across that minefield in Albania or whatever
Yeah.
they did. Yeah. And I just think, and I also hate white collar boxing.
Why is that?
Well, it's, like the Misfits boxing. You're just paying to watch low level sports of people who I
2 gimps fighting each other.
barely care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever people get so self-important about it, and they're, especially for their debut fight, where they're talking about like, oh, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to fucking make your children orphans and stuff like this. You're going to do fuck all. You've done 3 rounds of sparring. You're not killing anyone.
You literally make TikTok lip syncs.
Yeah.
And you're saying that. So when Tom Birchie challenged me to an undercard.
Did that happen?
Yeah. He sent me a DM.
Birchie? I recognise the name, but...
You know who Tom Birchie is. Changed his name, moved to Thailand. He did the Gary Glitter technique because he was depressed. I don't know. Had a heart attack when he was 21. That's a fact.
He looks like...
He looks like, that.
He looks like a variant of Boovie.
Yeah, he does look a bit like Boovie, actually.
Yeah.
That's just because he has a face like a spade.
Fucking spade.
Boovie's got the closest to an actual grass block of a head I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a big lump of a man.
I mean, people say that about Will N.E., but it's actually not close.
No. Like, it's complete... Boovie's a big lad. Like, he's probably like 6'3".
He looks like an oak door with an oak plank block on top of it.
Yeah.
It really does.
Putting a fucking roasty on a toothpick. That's exactly what it looks like. He shouldn't have the balance he does.
Oh my god. A roasty on a toothpick.
Yeah.
Oh, that is great. The point I'm getting at is I like most sports because I think sport in general is great. Like, when people say, oh, I don't like sports, it's because you haven't really watched enough of it.
Yeah.
Any sport you watch enough of, you can get into. So boxing is probably the same, but I just feel like how it works, how it's set up,
Yeah.
is like, there's so little of it.
For me, that sport is cricket. You couldn't put me in a room with 25 fucking 50-inch TVs that had cricket on 24/7,
Yeah.
and I still wouldn't like it.
No, but you would though.
I wouldn't.
But you would, because once you get into the game and you understand the nuances and you see, Nathan Lyon
Don't like him.
reaching for that little patch of rough outside leg stump, you know,
That's the gay sport, cricket.
to the left-hander. It's not the gay sport.
100%
It's the only
up there.
sport I've watched where two blokes haven't kissed.
They definitely kiss behind the scenes.
What,
Whenever it goes to the
in
odd
the-
breaks
in
in
the
cricket,
pavilion.
the odd breaks is just an excuse for all the cricket players to kiss each other.
Do you think that's what they do?
Even the managers kiss.
Now I understand how little you've watched cricket. They don't have managers.
Is there not?
No, not
the
they're
fuck
not,
picks
not,
the teams?
not walking up and down the touchline in a suit, just gesticulating at the players.
Who picks the teams?
The selectors.
So the
There's
manager.
a board of selectors who pick the teams. They have a coach, and they have a bowling coach, and a batting coach, and a performance coach, fielding coach.
So does the board of selectors all put in their suggestion for the starting 11? How many players is there?
Starting 11.
Many players is starting
11.
15?
It's 11.
It is 11?
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
it's not like there's no subs.
Oh, is there not?
No.
What if someone's injured?
What do you mean? Like during the game?
Yeah.
Well, then you get like you can
Someone from the crowd?
you can swap them, but that person, like, they don't bowl or bat, they just field. So it really makes no difference.
I think football would be a lot more interesting if, sometimes whenever teams use all their substitutions and someone gets injured,
Yeah.
if they've got a chance to just pull someone from the crowd, but they know nothing about their build, their sort of experience,
It
their
has
skill
to be
level.
random.
Yeah.
Right.
It could be an 80-year-old man. It could be
Well,
a
so you can have
12-year-old
someone's
boy.
arthritic granny slotting home a header in the
Yeah,
90th
that'd
minute
be
winner.
unbelievable.
Shushing the crowd.
Doing a fucking knee slide.
and then dying of a heart attack on the pitch. Yeah.
It would be pretty heartbreaking to see someone's fucking granny grittying on you in like a cup final.
Does it apply for like non-league as well? So
Oh yeah, the whole
someone's
pyramid.
arthritic granny getting a studs up, bone crunching Brexit last man tackle at the 90th minute.
It's like the time we were playing back home. It's like the equivalent of Sunday League, but one of our players went off injured, and there was just someone standing watching that they happened to know, and he came on and played, and he was wearing a pair of jeans. played the rest of the game up front in a pair of jeans.
Yeah, that's good as well. They're not allowed to change.
Yeah. Someone wearing like fucking wellies.
That's the one time you're praying for a full kit wanker.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That was the same team. If you had to wear shin pads and stuff, and the referees would check your boots, so it was still pretty. They kept an eye on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the amount of time someone didn't have shin pads, and we just went to a bin and pulled out like an old Domino's box, ripped a bit of the cardboard, stuck it
Yeah,
down our
that'll-
socks. They never like topped it, which they're meant to do. They just
Right.
took a quick glance
That'll
at it.
do the trick.
But you very easily could have got your fucking leg snapped in half.
Right.
Especially with how dirty everyone is at that level.
Okay, now we move on to Gamey Schumer, our games segment, and today we're playing Rogue Categories. So, we get a random letter of the alphabet and 12 categories thought up by our editor Matt, who slotted in some weird and spicy and difficult things for us to say. You've got 80 seconds to find something starting with that letter in every category. Let's hit it. Aiden, what's my letter? R, my favourite. We'll take that.
You ready to go?
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Terrorist group. The Ra. The Ra.
No, they're not.
The Ra. A disease. This is hard. Man.
Fucking.
Rheumatism. Nickname for genitals. My rod. A crime you'd be willing to commit. I'm not going to say that one. Robbery. Someone who would have gone to Epstein's Island. I'm going to say...
Rufus Rice.
Fine. Me. I would definitely not do that, though. Awkward things to scream during sex. Roger that. Sex position. The... The... You've got one?
No.
No. The...
You can skip. You can skip. And come
Okay,
back.
we'll skip that one. Bad thing to say on a plane. Run, I've got a bomb. Porn star's name, Riley Reid. Worst thing to yell at a funeral. Oh God, skip that. YouTuber controversy. Wow, that's difficult. Things you say to an ex during breakup sex. Raw, this is quality. I've 3 skips. I'll take that though. That's all right.
I don't think I'm going to beat that.
I got 9 out of 12. All right, Aiden, you ready for your turn?
My big struggle here is actually seeing this far.
Really?
I'm blind as a bat. And as I just
Is
said
that-
off camera, I've got pink eye now. I
Is
think.
it the pink eye or
think
just
so.
general blindness?
The pink eye is not helping the general blindness.
Okay, got
But I'm going to go for a re-roll. We've got letter C. Fetish/kink being a cuck. YouTube controversy.
you. You're so quick with that.
Yeah, YouTube controversy. Fuck. C. Connor Maynard's brother and I'm a Celebrity.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Porn stars' names. Fuck. Nickname for genitals. Cock, I suppose, counts.
Yeah,
A disease, chlamydia, an embarrassing reason to be arrested. Cocaine use.
Okay.
Gilf. Carol Vorderman.
Oh, classic.
Terrorist group. See.
Oh, that's hard.
Sex position. The
It's right there. It's such an obvious one.
cowgirl.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory. Awkward things to scream during sex. Conan O'Brien. Lads holiday destination. Cookstown in Northern Ireland.
No, it isn't.
What am I doing?
No, it's
That
not.
counts. Yeah, it's a good spot.
It's not. There's no way.
What else am I on? Terrorist group. Conspiracy theory.
Well, you gotta be proud of that performance. That was awesome.
I think I got 8. Maybe 7.
I wasn't counting.
I missed a couple. That was fun though.
Which ones didn't you get? We'll just work it out now.
I didn't get
You didn't get
conspiracy
porn
theory.
star.
Yeah, I didn't get porn star. Do you know any beginning with C?
Chanel Preston, Casey Calvert, Chanel Cameron.
I don't know any of these. Imagine I was out of myself and named like a gay porn star.
I'm too deep in the hobby. I don't want to just reel off 100. So you skipped terrorist group, Gilf. You just got Carol Vorderman immediately. That was awesome.
100%.
Terrorist group, you skipped. Porn star's name, you skipped.
And conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory.
So 4. So you beat me by a
That's
point.
3.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So are we 9-all? Do we do one more roll and play for victory?
I'm happy to play one more roll for victory.
Yeah, let's do it. You ready to go?
We have to have a winner.
Re-roll. L.
L.
Your time starts now.
Gilf. You've got one, yeah? I'm not really into Gilfs like you are. I'd say Queen Lizzie. Item you find at a D-Party lube, but that's perfect.
Obvious one.
Rogue place to have a wank. The Louvre.
I was thinking that too.
Member of the Nazi party. There's got to be one, right? Rommel, no, Hitler, no, Himmler. Not Rudolf Hess. I've got to skip that. I can't remember. A derogatory term. You're a loser. Bad name for a children's book. Last night at Diddy's house. Lads holiday destination. Lanzarote.
Yeah, that's one.
Item you find in Jeffrey Dahmer's house. Probably. Oh, that's difficult.
You could
We'll skip that. Fetish/kink. This is hard, man. I'm really choking now. Conspiracy theory. Moon landing. That doesn't count, does it? Embarrassing reason to be arrested. Mate, I've absolutely choked.
What did
there.
you get? 6, 7, 6?
Barely. I'll be happy with 6. What did I get?
So you got Gilf, you got Lube.
I didn't
you got
get Gilf.
Louvre. You wrote Queen Lizzie for this.
Oh yeah,
You didn't get Nazi Party. So that's 1 you missed.
yeah. Derogatory
You
term.
didn't get Jeffrey Dahmer's house or Kink. That's 3.
Alright.
You didn't get Bad Reason to be in a relationship. So is that 4 you missed?
No.
Oh, so you missed 5.
For giving me moon landing, I missed 5. Landing on the moon.
Yeah, fair enough. So
I missed 5 there. So you've got an opportunity now.
yeah,
All you need is you need 8
right,
for the win.
okay. Let's re-roll the letter. We've got A.
A.
And how do we... Oh, play. Things you'd say to an ex during breakup sex. Bad name for a children's book. A week in Auschwitz. Rogue place to have a wank. Auschwitz. Fetish/kink. Anal.
Yep.
Member of the Nazi Party.
No way!
Adolf Hitler.
No way! Does it give you that?
Conspiracy theory. Area 51.
Oh my god!
Item you'd find at a Diddy party. A pile of children. Item you'd find in Jeffrey Dahmer's house. Anuses? He used to cut people up. Does
Yeah,
that count?
I guess we'll give you that.
Derogatory term. Ass bandits. Gilf.
You could get a guild for the win, and I've got one.
Lads' holiday. Destination I'm going to go for. Bad reason to end a relationship.
Can't choke the gilf, surely.
Gilf.
TV presenter.
Alison Hammond, I'm going to say.
Hey, perfect.
Lads' holiday. Destination. America. Bad reason to end a relationship. Anal.
Well,
That doesn't really count.
Doesn't really count.
I was flying, but I think I
got,
still won.
You got way more than enough points.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking ass bandit.
Well played. Well played. I can't believe it gifted you Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, it did. On Area 51.
I thought you were going to say Adolf Hitler and then conspiracy theory. Adolf Hitler moved to Argentina straight away, back to back.
Yeah.
What a game, though.
I might have cheated with a pile of children on the Diddy
You've
party.
still got
one.
enough points.
Yeah. What was your gilf for A?
Anne Robinson.
Oh, yeah. We
The weakest
spoke about her
link.
recently.
Yeah. Ah.
You're the weakest link today, Rufus.
Yeah. It sucks to lose to someone as uneducated as you. I have to say that. It really does. All that money down the drain spent on my schooling.
My fucking free education in rural Ireland.
Yeah. You, what uni did you go to?
I didn't go to one.
You went to uni.
Nah, I'm only joking. Yeah, I went to Ulster University in Belfast.
Yeah, of course. Top rate. I got into a top 10 uni and I can't even beat you at this game.
That's a top 10 uni in the island of Ireland.
Yeah, but, you know, there's the best house in a slum.
Yeah.
I've got the top 10 house in the Dharavi slum in India. Right. I think that was one of the best Gamey Schumer.
That could be a regular segment.
Yeah. I'm up with that. We'll keep that one.
Thanks to editor Matt for coming up with all the categories. Done
Thanks,
a great
editor.
job.
Right, let's move on to our audience interaction segment now, Questionable, where we ask you guys a difficult / interesting / intriguing / mind-bending topic or question, and you give us the best answers. We react to them on the show. This week we asked you if you could steal one item from someone / something and not get caught, what would it be? Here are your best answers. Big Nasty's Adam's apple so I can use it as a paperweight. I mean, yeah.
That's so fucking niche.
That is so niche. I mean, yeah, it's a big sort of...
Yeah.
It's a big thing. I feel like it would sort of roll away, though.
Yeah.
Some Velociraptor teeth from a museum, so then I can drill them into some Essex lab when they go to Turkey. That would be funny, waking up with a full set of raptor fangs.
That would be class.
Yeah.
There'd be goths signing up for that, left, right, and centre.
Yeah. Proper Jurassic Park thing. Oh, this one's good. The Virgin Mary's virginity.
I like that, yeah.
Which, she must have lied about that, surely.
Yeah, we've discussed this before. She was a fucking hussy. It's the first time I've ever said that word, I think, but it applies.
Hussy, yeah. It's sort of fallen out of fashion, really.
Yeah, I think we need to
Are
bring
you
it
trying
back.
to say the inn was like Eddie Davenport's London mansion?
100%, yeah.
Yeah?
I'm surprised Bonnie Blue hasn't took it to Bethlehem yet.
Oh, mate. That is like... If the war wasn't on,
Yeah.
the race would be on to to the Holy Land. That is like the ultimate crusade.
Yeah, there definitely wouldn't be any more fucking rooms at the inn that night.
Do you think even the donkey gets a bit of it?
Oh yeah, the donkey would be fucking up first.
Donkey would be first in line.
Yeah.
How many... It's not only three wise men in that tale, is it? It's like a proper pilgrimage.
Not to get back to fucking Beavo again, but he done like a bit of post-match analysis on Bonnie Blue's TikTok. I think it was on Bonnie Blue's TikTok, but he was basically asked would he rather go first or 100th, and he was like, maybe 100th. I'll wait till you're warmed up. That is odd behaviour.
I've never heard a take from an analyst that is so objectively wrong.
Yeah. And what else he said? I'd wait till you're flowing. What, with other men's fucking spunk? What does that mean?
What is he talking about?
Yeah, just get back to eating roasties, you fucking.
He's playing the game and he doesn't know what he's doing. Next one. I would steal the only pair of scissors from a single mother's household the night before their child has an arts and crafts project due, because I don't want peace, only problems. That is a good one. I used to do that all the time. It would be like 8 p.m. at night, almost my bedtime as a child, and I'd be like, oh, by the way, it's dress up day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've got to have an outfit ready. And my mum was like,
I was the exact same.
what am I supposed to do with that? Cut your sleeves and call you a pirate? Everyone came in with the cut sleeves, calling you a pirate.
My big one was coming in to my mum's room at 10 p.m. the night before home economics the next day and tell her all the ingredients I need. I was like, I don't have that fucking shit in the cupboard.
Right, yeah. Oh, do you have everything for a lasagna right now?
Yeah, we're making battered Mars bars tomorrow.
Oh, that's what you're dreaming for.
That's what we got at times.
Wait, you used to make battered Mars bars in
home ec, yeah.
Really?
They taught us very little.
Yeah.
It was I just used to stare out the window looking at all the people doing motor vehicle studies, going up and down the tennis courts on their fucking mopeds.
I still struggle to believe that was a real.
Yeah, Beavo would have done motor vehicle studies.
Yeah.
100%.
I would steal the bottom part of everyone's kettle. So like the charging bit.
That would be because you'd pick it up, fill it up, and be ready to boil it.
You put it back and you go, hang on. That's a good one.
My move, we've spoke about it before, if the fellas ever properly wrong me, I'm going to go around with a knife and take the fuse out of every plug in this fucking building.
Right, yeah.
And they'll just be like, because you're not going to check the fuse initially, you're going to think, right, is there a power issue, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then they'll have to go and get replacement fuses for every single plug. That is evil genius.
Don't wrong him. If you're the suits watching this, don't get on the bad side of this guy. I like to take the legs off of your dining room. So I think the legs off of your dining room chairs.
So inconvenient.
Yeah. So I come home and it's just the seat and the back on the floor.
I spoke of this before, but the time the robber came into my house back in uni and stole nothing but our forks.
Yeah.
It's the most inconvenient thing of all time.
I like to steal Lance Armstrong's other bollock because he deserves
Even
it.
things out a bit.
Yeah. Do you think he walks with a limp because it's on one side?
It definitely, there'd be a sort of imbalance there.
I mean, the universe decrees, the laws of physics decide it must be imbalanced. This is interesting. I'd steal Gandhi's flip-flop, classic, but then I'd give it to Jamie Hutchinson just to see what he says.
It's a rogue one, but
knowing Jamie Hutchinson and his sleeping situation, he'd probably just use it as a pillow.
Yeah, he'd maybe sniff it.
Yeah. And then finally, Theo Baker's podcast microphone.
For which fucking one?
Yeah.
He's got 8 podcasts.
That is a problem, that you can only steal one thing.
Pitch side, backside, waffling. There's bound to be more. There definitely is somewhere. He's definitely got like a solo cast under an alias.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It must be hidden. Maybe he's got one of those porn casts, but you don't see his face. Yeah.
You'd recognise his pubes though at this stage.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, true.
Oh. Oh yeah. Well, what are you wearing? Sorry. Well, thank you very much. I've just had some breaking news in down the wire from our political correspondent, Genghis Kant, in London. This is today's news, today, of course, being the 4th of May, 1979, and in the biggest election swing since 1924, Conservative leader Margaret Thatcher has been elected as the first female political leader in the history of the country, campaigning on a platform of low inflation and stopping the flow of immigration. What do you make of this one? Our analysts seem to suggest that she'll be quite an uncontroversial leader.
The one thing that I was kind of shocked to see was that they're trusting a woman with this job. But that aside, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Right, yeah. As we all know, women are famously unable to govern.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me there might have been people listening here who haven't seen this segment before. The premise is we're reacting to the news like it's just happened. So like it's 19...
With the attitudes of that era.
With the attitude of the era.
Which is why women aren't fit for office right now.
Exactly. And back in the seat.
Yeah. I think she could bring a bit of much needed stability. I don't think she'll push the boat out too much. I think she'll just kind of keep things steady in between the hedges.
Well, I definitely think she'll definitely work on the immigration issue a lot, and nobody will ever talk about it ever again.
Yeah, I couldn't see that being an issue in 50 years' time.
No, exactly not.
Not a fucking hope.
I don't know how she's going to stop it, though. Is she going to stand on the cliffs of Dover with a sniper rifle and shoot them herself? Or?
I think she has that in her. She has that luck in her eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toothy blowy, though.
Very toothy. Yeah. At least we know she didn't suck her way out of the top.
No, she didn't. If anything, she got the other way around.
Yeah, true.
She's the sort of... She would be a sort of dominatrix kind of character. I think she used to be a greengrocer or something.
A greengrocer?
Her dad was a greengrocer?
Perhaps.
That's a real historical fact. Which means she's probably spent her whole life sort of slide tackling people stealing from the shop, I would imagine. Which makes her sort of suitable for this kind of office. But nonetheless, a woman is quite radical.
She is.
I reckon there will be no issues with Ireland either.
I think off the bat, a couple of signs of good faith and those sort of relations will be massively improved.
A couple of agreements. I don't see it dragging on or becoming a big issue, or like some people were talking about the army getting involved, the British army.
Couldn't see that. There would need to be something big to happen. There would need to be, those relations would need to fall even further. And I don't know, I think she's going to come in and she's just going to settle things down a bit and get everyone back on track. And
then everyone will forget about it after.
Everyone will be friends again, because that's the thing. If you wrong the Irish, we will remember it for decades to come, and maybe even chant songs about you being in a box once you die at football games in the future.
Yeah.
So she
you don't want to get on the wrong side.
No. She needs to think of this going into her stuff.
I'm looking forward to my children being able to drink all the milk they want at school.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I know she's a big supporter of that. She's pledged to keep all of that free school food for everybody. And those miners are going to be happy.
Yeah, they're going to get so many more tea breaks.
Yeah, they're going to be thrilled. Fag breaks for the miners.
Yeah.
Tea breaks for the kids. And everybody's happy. And that's Maggie, baby.
Yeah. She has a great opportunity, so just, Maggie, don't fuck it up.
We're all voting for you. We all love you, Maggie.
Yeah.
We think you're a top chap.
I hope you're rotten in hell.
You couldn't not slip it in at the end. You couldn't not. Hey, Maggie. I probably would have voted for you.
Maggie's in a box, Maggie's in a box.
I can't even lie. I probably would have voted for you in this election. I can't even joke. It's probably true. Anyway.
Fucking dancing with the worms now.
Yeah. And on that tragic note, happy note for you. We'd like to end it here. Thank you so much for listening to Radio Rufus. We'll be back again next week with another earth-shattering episode.
Yes.
Back to you.
Definitely not being recorded right after this.
That's definitely not being recorded today. Back to you in the studio. Lovely stuff.